In this video, we're going to learn about the types of solutions that we can get when we're solving equations. So the first equation I have right here is x plus 6 equals 4x plus 1 minus 3x. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to combine my like terms on the right side of the equation. So the left side is going to stay exactly the same. 4x minus 3x gives me x, and then the 1 doesn't have anything to combine with it. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get my x variables together on one side. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. Now what happens is that my x variables on both sides cancel out. So I'm left with 6 equals 1. This is not a true statement. So what that means when we get not a true statement at the end is that there is no solution to this equation. What that means is that there's no number that we can plug in for x that will ever make this equation true. There's no solution. So when you're solving an equation and you get a statement at the end that's not true, like 6 does not equal 1, that means that we have no solution. Looking at this next problem, what I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute my 2 to my 5 and to the x. So 2 times 5 is 10, plus 2 times x, which is 2x, minus 1, equals 3x, plus 9. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine my like terms, 10 and negative 1. So the 2x is going to stay the same. 10 minus 1 is 9. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my 2x over to the other side by subtracting it, so that these 2x's will cancel. I'm left with 9 equals 1x plus 9. Now I'm going to move this 9 over to the other side. 9 minus 9 is 0 equals x. So in this case, we get x equals 0. 0 is actually a number, and it can be a solution to our equation. So what that means is that when I plug in 0 for x, it makes the equation true. So you'll notice here that my x variables did not cancel out. I was still left with an x, just my numbers canceled out. So that's when we know that x is going to equal 0. Let's look at one more example. In this problem right here, I'm going to distribute my negative 4 to my v and to my 3. So negative 4v minus 12 equals negative 12 minus 4v. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add my 4v so that I can get them both on both sides. But what we see happens is that both the 4v's cancel out. I'm left with negative 12 equals negative 12. This is true. So what that means is that we have infinite solutions to this equation. So what that means is that I can plug in any number for x that I want, and it'll make the equation true. So no matter what number I plug in for v, I'm going to get a true equation. So every number that we know is a possible solution to this equation. So when you're solving equations, you can get a regular number like x equals 0, x equals 2. That's going to be one solution. You could end up with something that's not true, and that means you have no solution. Or you can end up with something that is true, and then you have infinite solutions. So we always have to be on the lookout for all the different types of solutions that we can have when we're solving equations. Thank you for watching.